Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Mahesh Chookolingo with Chookolingo Vibes. I just wanted to give you guys a little context on my family history and share with you where a lot of my inspiration and passion comes from to get into media and why I've sort of always been chasing this. Part of it's because of my grandfather. He was an investigative journalist in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And he was actually voted one of the top most 50 influential people in the Caribbean. I'm going to play you a little clip from the media of Trinidad and Tobago that did a little expose on him, who he was. And I just sort of wanted to do this as an introduction into my history, family history, and sort of give you context into why you see me doing all the crazy things you see me doing. And I am nothing, he's got big shoes to fill, and but it is something that I've always admired, and I always looked at it as we're all trying to find our own niche, like what we are good at, right? So like whether that's going to be comedy or films or skits or whatever that is, I'm going to have my own version of whatever I choose to do with my art, much like he did with his. He had his niche, and I'm proud to come from that, to be cut from that cloth. And like I said, no family is perfect. We all have our own issues within our families. But at the end of the day, I think stories are important. And I think I learned that from him. And I think that the more we appreciate where we come from, regardless of what our history is, as a family, it's important to anchor yourself to the positive aspects, regardless of all the negatives that you hear within your families. Anchor yourself to the people who made the effort, who did the work, who accomplished what they did so that you and I could be here in this world today. Okay? And know that we were standing on the backs of our ancestors who came before us. And don't give up. Don't lose hope. Just focus on the good, regardless of your story. Listen, people say a lot of negative stuff within the families about my grandpa as well as positive. But what the key takeaway I want to give you is that you need to focus on the good aspects of your family. Focus on the aspects that are actually helpful to the narrative. And notice I use that word narrative because narratives is how we build our lives. It's how we build our families. It's how we build cohesiveness within our families. So with that, I just want to leave you with a little excerpt from a little clip that was done, a little expose that was done on my grandfather, and give you a little context, and also to inspire you to start writing the narrative of your family. If you didn't have one before, fine. You be the one to create it and start it, and build a narrative in your family that you would like for your future generations to look back on. God bless. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Patrick Chookolingo is the pioneer of the weekly tabloid newspapers in Trinidad and Tobago. He is regarded by some as the father of investigative journalism. Chookolingo founded The Bomb and The Sunday Punch in 1972 and The Mirror in 1981. His publications catered to readers in the highest offices of the land as well as the working man. Patrick was a graduate of Queen's Royal College. He began his journalism career in the 1940s and worked with the Chronicle and the Gazette before moving on to the Daily Mirror, and was one of the journalists who founded the Trinidad Express in 1967, where he served as general manager. Chookolingo was fearless in his investigative reporting and was no stranger to controversy. Yet he was a well-respected Caribbean publisher and journalist. In 2012, Patrick Chookolingo was posthumously honoured by the Port of Spain City Corporation for his contribution to journalism.